Yes then guys, how are you doing? My name is Morsi and welcome back to my channel. Every day that goes by we are getting a step closer to getting our hands on EA Access and the web app. I believe it has been confirmed the 22nd of September is going to be the official release date. You're going to be able to grind away as much of that 10 hours of EA Access as possible, open up packs, SBCs, objectives, make the most of the web app before the official game releases. I'm going to be here grinding out content guys, so if you are new around here please do consider dropping me a subscription to the channel. We are so close to 1.7k. But in this video we are going to be checking out an absolutely mind-blowing starter team. We're going over to the Bundesliga and it's going to get scary. Apologies in advance for this team guys, it is absolutely ridiculous. It has to be the most overpowered starter team we've had in years. We're going to start things off in goal with a player that you could pretty much pick anyone. There's so many different options. You got Berkey, a couple of other 80 to 83 overalls kicking about in the Bundesliga, but for this team we're rocking Hradecki. I mean, he's an 83 overall goalie. It'll be okay. You might save a few shots, which is a bonus. Now, realistically, he's probably one of the better starter goalkeepers in the Bundesliga. He's got decent stats across the board, very good reflexes and diving. I've not really seen much of the goalkeepers from the gameplay. I don't know if they're overpowered or not this year around, but I reckon Hradecki is a solid starter shout. Probably won't be too expensive, may get packed quite a bit. He's probably one of the budget boards that you're going to see floating about quite a lot. And I reckon he's a decent shout for this team. But as I said a minute ago, you can use any Bundesliga goalkeeper here because this is a full Bundesliga team. So guys, as you can see, we are rocking that 3-4-1-2 for the formation just to get 3 centre-backs in. As you would have seen on Twitter recently, centre-backs have been a little bit super juiced this year around. And they're not messing about in the Bundesliga. Centre-back number 1, we have got St. Just. This man is a 76 overall. 87 pace. That's the main stat that catches your eye. That is the main stat that really matters when you're looking at this card. Also pretty well rounded with the rest of the defending stats. Definitely use a Sentinel or a Guardian. Whatever the chem style is that boosts the defending and physical for this man, you don't need a shadow. And one thing to say guys, all of these ratings were taken from that top 1000 leak that was floating about a couple of days ago. I'm pretty confident these are going to be the exact ratings that we're going to see. However, a couple of stats may vary, but only in the smallest margins, like +1 attribute, -1 attribute across the card. But this is pretty much what St. Just is going to be looking like. And if you thought that was frightening enough, centre-back number 2, we got Klosterman. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This man looks unreal. 71 dribbling, 82 defending, 77 physical. So 85 pace and 87 pace so far across this back three. Can it get any better? Klosterman also, by the way, looks insanely solid. Big fan of this man's card last year. He had that Champions League card. I'm not sure if it was the road to the final Champions League card. That was unreal throughout the game, and it's pretty early game as well, and I'm confident this man is going to be super solid as well alongside St. Just, but it gets better and better and better. As you would have seen by the thumbnail and the title, and I'm sure you've seen this man kicking about on Twitter, we got Lacroix. What an absolute joke of a card. 88 pace on this man, 80 defending, 77 physical. It's ridiculous. This back three is absolutely mental. 85, 87 and 88 pace across the back line. If I'm talking about pace too much guys, you've got to face the facts. Early game pace is essential, especially for defenders. And with the pace comes a premium. They're going to be expensive. All 3 of these are going to be top dollar. I can imagine a few of them being extinct depending on a price brackets early game. But either way, if you pack one of them, keep hold of him. Hold until the game gets released and you are going to be cashing in big time. Now let's take a couple of deep breaths and move our way up to the midfield. For midfield number 1, we're going to the right mid position, and we have got one of my favourites from last year, the solid team of the season. Was a right back, now a right midfielder, Riddle Baku. Alright, 84 pace, it's respectable. This man is a little bit slower than our defenders, but that is fine. 84 is still pretty solid, and a very well-rounded right midfield card. Super defensive as well, which will definitely help with the 3-back formation. Have him up and down the pitch, come back on the defence, make sure he is tracking back and putting that defence to good use. Going forward, he's pretty solid as well. The shooting and passing stats are nice to see. Hopefully he can finish his dinner if it ever falls to him on his plate. But overall, an 80 overall, that is a massive upgrade from the silver that he had last year. And one thing to say as well, a lot of these cards have been upgraded from silvers. So fair play to the Bundesliga boys, they're smashing it. So let's take a step on the inside into the centre mid position. A centre mid number 1 is a man's card who you have 100% seen if you've been on Twitter over the past few days. We've got Jude Bellingham. Another man who had a silver last year round. He has been upgraded all the way to a 79, and this guy is exciting. The stats aren't necessarily incredible compared to a lot of other people in this team, but this man, I feel he's got that little hidden in-game boost. You know what I'm saying? A few cards had it last year round. He's an EA game changer, I believe it is, or something to do with EA because his card got announced super early. So this man is going to be insane in game. We just know it. But he's got very good dribbling, defending and physical stats. Super well-rounded. Minus the shooting. You may want to boost it up with a chem style. But overall, he'll be a fantastic centre-mid partner for the man who you're going to see next. And as you would have seen by the thumbnail, the man we're going to see next is Mr. Zakaria. And this card gets better and better. Last year round, he was unreal. But he was an 83 overall. He's pretty much kept exactly the same stats. If anything, he's got better. And he's dropped 3 overalls. So he's now at 80, which is fine. 83 pace, 84 physical, 80 defending. Also fantastic dribbling and passing on the card. Definitely the more defensive out of the two in the middle of the park. Both of these guys, though, up and down the pitch, they're going to be insanely solid. Essentially, this whole team defensively is incredible. The back three are so damn quick. Same with the two in the middle of the park. But this man is going to be a beast. An absolute unit. He also gets a strong link to Akanji and Mbabu, who look fantastic this year around as well. So if you were looking to a hybrid, get a couple of the Swiss Bundesliga boys in there. Definitely worthwhile. But similar to a lot of players in this team, this man is going to be prime $. Now let's take a deep breath. Admire what we've seen so far, and let's go into the left mid position. We got a man who plays his football for Borussia Mönchengladbach. We got Thuram. A little bit more on the tamer side of things, this card. He had a striker last year around. I believe he got an informed pretty early game. Pretty confident that was FIFA 21 where he was actually really solid. A lot of people were rocking him early weekend leagues. But this man's card, in all honesty, the left mid position for the Bundesliga, you've basically got premiums like Sane, or you've got people like Thuram. There's no kind of middle ground. But I would say this man is definitely the best of the best to choose from. May have 4-star skill moves, probably a 2-star, 3-star weak foot. Probably more of a striker than a left midfielder, but I feel like he could do a solid job for you. Now the man up next, I am insanely excited to use. He scored himself a hat-trick in the Champions League a couple of days ago. Albeit they lost 6-3, we have got Nkunku. The Leipzig man has an 81 overall cam this year round. Very, very solid, amazing dribbling and passing for an 81. Pace and shooting are good as well. He also offers a little bit defensively and his physical is pretty respectable, which is good if you want him tracking back. 3-4-1-2 is quite an attacking formation, so you need your players coming back when possible. If he's ever in that situation where he needs to sweep up, I am somewhat confident that he'll manage to do so. And linking up the rest of the team is going to be fantastic. This man is going to be that hub. Everything is going to go through Nkunku. Pinging passes out to the wings, cutting them forward to the strikers. Fantastic starter card. So we've got a lot of pace throughout the team. The defence is unreal. The midfield is sensational. Can it get better? Can it get better? That's what you're asking me right now, and I can assure you it can. Just like that, we have got Malen from Borussia Dortmund, a pace demon himself. 83 dribbling, 90 pace, 79 shooting, 72 passing, and 77 physical. The ex-Arsenal youngster, it pains me to say it. I'm an Arsenal fan, so that one hurts every time I mention it. Don't know why I do this to myself. But he's repping it for Borussia Dortmund this season alongside the likes of Haaland, and he is kicking ass doing so. This card is probably going to be quite expensive early game. He is probably one of the quicker, most affordable Bundesliga cards you can get your hands on. And I feel like with stats like this, a decent chem style is going to be very usable, definitely for the first few weeks and maybe even a month into the game. And then his strike partner, also a silver last year round, a big fan favourite with the silver community. We got Eyeless Bebu. Upgraded to a 77 overall gold, 90 pace on the card as well, 80 dribbling, 75 shooting. Passing is a little bit of a letdown, but I'm sure it's not too bad in game. Physical, I expected to be a little bit higher. He seems like he's a bit of an athlete, a bit of a physical player up top, but maybe not according to EA. But either way, the pace alone, the dribbling, the finishing is going to be great. These two linking up, there's so much pace, so much quality in the box to find goals. Just overall, this team is unreal. They're probably the best Bundesliga starter team we've had for years. Maybe even the best starter team we've had for years. Especially that defence. It's going to haunt me. I'm going to see it so many times at Foot Champions. I'm telling you now, Klosterman, Lacroix and St. Just could get in the bin. Unless I pack all of them and they're in my starter team, then they're the best around. Realistically, how much is this team going to cost? It is super hard to predict. A lot of the cards are low rated, so they may get packed quite regularly. But if you remember Sissoko last season, he had like a 76 to a 78. I can't remember the exact rating. But he was like 50k for a couple of weeks, which is crazy. So even if they are getting packed a lot, if you think about how many people are going to be on the game, me, myself, probably you watching this are going to want a little slice of the pie. There's going to be supply, but there's also going to be one hell of a demand, and I reckon this team is going to be next level. Anyway, guys, that is where I'm going to end this one. Do get down in the comment section, let me know what you think of this team. Let me know if there's a player that you would sub in for any of these boys. And let me know if you're going to rock the Bundesliga boys. And until next time, I'll be Morsey. Take care of yourself, enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll catch you soon.